Hello, people. Hello. Today's what? A 10 day. It's July 28th, number 11. Drinking my mushroom coffee. I just saw 22. Today is a very odd day. It's just odd. What came into mind, I just heard something seems off. That doesn't mean in a bad way, it just means something's just off. You want to know what's really weird? I'm going to see if I can show this to you guys. Well, they're not doing it now. So, I have this tree right here. Now the wind's blowing it. But before the wind started blowing this tree, only leaves from different branches, just one, was swaying. Now here comes the wind. Here comes the wind. I've never seen that happen. I've never seen just... It's this tree right here. See that one? Before all of them were moving, it was all still. And just... There was like 4 leaves off of different... Just one leaf. And you see how bushy it is, how many leaves. There was just one leaf on each one moving. One over here, one over here, one over here. I mean, just... I'm telling you. Something seems odd today. I had the most interesting dream that is not leaving me. This is the second time that someone I know that has passed. When I said it has passed, they said on record is what I heard. On record? Okay. I do want to tell you about, we have, those motion sensor lights here on the garage. And I've never, ever seen it before. And I've only seen it and I haven't seen it since. But only one of the lights flashed, paused, and then flashed, and then real fast. I was like, that's fucking Morse code. So I don't know if the first 2 were long ones, maybe. So 2 long, and then a pause, which would mean another, right? So 2 long, 1 word or 1 letter, and then a long and a short. So it's either 2 shorts, a pause, a long and a short, or it was 2 longs. Maybe those were the 2, as far as Morse code goes. That's the only way I could describe it. So, depending on what that is, it depends on what letter it is. So I want to say it's either an I or it's an M. I can't remember. I'd have to look at the Morse code shit. But yeah, so the flashing light phenomenon, and that's happened. It happens in the... Anyway, but those leaves, nothing else was moving, but just leave. I don't know, that was weird. I'm telling you, I found a feather back by my tire. and I have this uneasy feeling. I can't put my finger on it. I can't quite describe it. So I have this dream that's staying with me. Maybe that's what the oddness is. But then I look up, or I come out here, and I have a comment from somebody who says, and this blew my mind. It's just the way all of it's going. Mom, are you okay? Mom. Other than my children, there's only one other person that calls me Mom. But that's not it, right? And that's Mike. He just passed away. Well, in January. I don't know. Yeah, now the tree is still again. I wish I would have recorded it. It was the oddest thing I've seen. It was the oddest thing I've ever seen. Well, not ever, but I don't know. How are you guys feeling today? I mean, I feel good. It's going to be freaking 100 degrees today, but it'll feel like probably 110. That's the way it is here in the Midwest. I just noticed I have a scratch on my leg. I didn't notice that before. Interesting. So, I'm curious to see, you know, there goes another one. Just fucking moving back and forth real fast. Just one. I'm getting, it's like the trees are trying to get your attention. So that's for somebody who speaks to the trees. Are you Lorax? Do you speak for the trees? I feel like, where did I spend most of all my time in this location, in this house. Just here, I don't go anywhere really. I'm curious to see. It's like waking up in a different place. I watched something last night about the simulacra or something like that. And the something. Anyway, this guy was talking about how the world ended in 2012, but our consciousness or whatever parallel unit, which is so odd because I have somewhere written. I spoke about that a while back. About two worlds colliding. But how I drew a little, and I'm not a drawer, right? I'm not an artist. I can't draw. But I drew like two worlds, you know. Oh, I'm going to put the cigarette out. Two worlds facing one another. And I drew, and then it looked like I drew a picture of a person in each, kneeling down, one in each world. Oh, that's interesting. I need to pull that out. One looked like a female, one looked like a male, so I don't know. There's things that you have probably, well, I know it's coming through for me. There's things I have written. They're like, you don't even know. I'm like, yeah, I don't. When I write, I end up automatic writing. And then, like my videos, I never go back and watch my videos, but I never go back and read my stuff either unless I'm guided to. And it's always cryptic. they'll always give me dates, but the dates aren't there, but I run across something else that's there. So even your life is cryptic. You've been writing, oh my gosh, you've been writing yourself messages. Those of you that I heard channel, but those of you that write in diaries or whatever, or you know, journal. There goes a red. There goes a cardinal, which has everything to do with the guy I dreamt about. And I've been seeing cardinals a lot lately. Where normally I hardly see them. Kind of freaked out a little bit, and there's not much that freaks me out. Did I say I knew you weren't dead? I don't know. Did I say I knew you weren't dead? They've got 4 birds sitting up here. 5. Four left, 1 remains. 3 left, 1 left, 1 remains. So that's symbolic. I'm getting like that can be... Some of you have had 5 significant people that have been, I'm hearing, working for your downfall. I don't even like to say that, but don't worry about that. You already know. You're still here. You're doing great. You're doing great within yourself. That's what matters. Three have flown the coop or have passed. A bird just flew over me. I don't know, you guys. So something about 2012. That was interesting. Then, you know, he was talking about, what was his name? Chase Hughes, I think. Never seen him before. Well, I saw it on a different account. Then I found him on my account. So that was interesting. 2 different accounts on YouTube. And then this guy shows up after I was watching it in the living room. I went to go to bed, and then it showed up on mine. So here we go. There's a white butterfly. I don't know. What world did I wake up in today? Got to get my running around done. So I don't know, you guys. What the frick is going on? So something you have written, if you journal, I'm hearing a letter. Maybe some of you have wrote a letter and you never sent it to that person or something. I feel uneasy because I got in a fight with my son yesterday, and that's been weighing on me. But whatever. I don't know. Something weird going on, but I'm going to go do my shopping and stuff. And I feel like there's a message. There's something deep inside that wants to come through. I thank you. I heard, I'm unaware. It's like, here comes the wind. There's something like deep inside that wants to come through. Bird. You're fine, bird. And 2. And 3. And the owl landed in the shape of a pyramid, a triangle. Interesting. So, I feel like everywhere there's signs, and you're going to know what that is, it's like the universe, like the earth, the elements, everything is trying to get your attention and speak to you. Something you have written. Something shifted. Something changed last night, I feel like. I don't know what's going on. I'm hearing Schumann resonance. I don't know what's going on with that. The energies. I heard of the world. Something is brewing, folks. Okay. Even the leaves on the tree, on that tree, are moving. Just some are moving back and forth real fast. Back and forth. Just back and forth, like somebody's going like this to them. Back and forth, back and forth. Only one was moving, and then the wind came, and then it stopped. Weird. I'm telling you, there's weird shit going on. No, I'm not high. I'm sober. My coffee. Okay, so I'm fucking totally sober. It's like you're in the Twilight Zone when you're sober. I had shared this one, what are they called, memes or whatever, where somebody said, the air you breathe is something, but then when you take drugs or something, then that's your reality. I don't know, something weird like that, but I remember it blew my mind. This is so many years ago, probably 7 or more years ago, maybe even 10. Going back to that 2012 thing, and since 2012, he was saying, you know, time has sped up so fast, but, you know, what's coming through now is like, it's like, have you ever looked up at the sky? Like, when I've talked about things like looking at something and it looks the same but a little different, like they can never replicate everything perfectly. That's what the guy was kind of saying something about that, I think. I don't know, I was tired. You know, the Berenstain, Looney Tunes, Nelson Mandela, like I remember him dying in the 80s. But then they said in 2013 or whatever he died, he was president and all that. We're like, what? So he was talking about that. That the world ended and somehow our consciousness went into this other parallel universe or whatever, if there's a multiverse, to where our realities. Have you ever seen that show Fringe? God, that TV show was like 20 years ago, I think, maybe. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But they talked about the parallel universes where, you know, this one detective, you know, cop lady or whatever, she was a cop in her parallel life as well, but her hair was a different color. She was dating this other guy. You know what I mean? It's just, it's the same, but different. And that's the kind of shit. That's the kind of shit I feel like. If you've watched my other videos about, you know, like waking up and going, where the fuck am I? Like, how did I get here? Type shit, until like your memories come back to you, or downloads. And you know what I mean? I don't know. You're gonna think I'm fucking Looney Tunes, and that's okay. Funny I'd say Looney Tunes again. Think I'm a whack-a-doodle? A whack job? Okay. Because I say things that are different than the norm, Well, if you're like everybody else, then you're the wackadoodle, maybe. I don't know. But I'm going to sit here for a few. And then I'm going to go shopping, yo. Because we're leaving soon to go on a little trip for a weekend. So I love you guys. Namaste. Peace. Namaste, peace. And I was just hearing, Namaste, these dragons. Ciao.